Hello everyone, welcome to the Invest Wise UK. In my last video, I provided a quick guide on buying property in the UK in 2023, which received a lot of private messages asking for more detailed information. So today I've compiled the top 5 most commonly asked questions about buying property in the UK, and I'm excited to share them with you all. As a channel dedicated to analysing the UK property market, if you are interested in keeping up to date with the latest trends and insights, remember to subscribe to us. If you have any question about UK property, feel free to leave them in the comment section or send us a private message. For the first question, some buyers have no knowledge about the lifestyle and city situation in the UK. So how should I choose a suitable city to live in or invest in? Based on our experience, novice buyers can mainly consider factors such as property price budget, investment return rate, weather, ethnic structure, job opportunities and income, infrastructure and development, school network, transportation, accents and dialects, etc. I'll introduce each of these factors one by one, some of which are important for investment-oriented audiences, while others are important for audiences looking to buy a property for personal use. Firstly, when it comes to property prices, it is undeniable that the closer a city is to the capital London, the more expensive the property prices will be. We often receive inquiries about London because regardless of whether one has knowledge about the UK or not, they will recognize London. However, the budget of many potential buyers may not be able to afford properties in London. Although London has more job opportunities and higher salary, it is also a core city, so the cost of living, including transportation and prices, is higher. Therefore, immigrant buyers who plan to purchase properties in London should consider this. In fact, besides London, there are many other large cities in the UK that are also economic cores, and property prices and the cost of living are much lower than in London, but the return on investment is high. For example, Manchester, the second most popular destination for Asian immigrants. If you want to know more about the cities outside of London that are suitable for buying properties, you can refer to our previous 2 videos, which provide detailed analysis. The UK government has started focusing on infrastructure development in these areas, such as building railways and the Northern Powerhouse project. As we have previously mentioned, whether a property can appreciate in value does not depend on the property itself, but on the changes outside the window. Therefore, if the budget is not sufficient for buyers to purchase properties in London, they can consider other areas in the same core city. Secondly, the weather. Those who have been to the UK know that the weather often changes. London's weather is often grey and gloomy, while the southern region is relatively warmer and northern region is colder. Therefore, people can choose a city that suits them based on their weather preferences. Thirdly, the ethnic structure. Throughout history, the UK has been a popular immigration country, so the population structure is very diverse and the ethnic distribution varies in different regions. For example, Manchester is a well-known city with a large Chinese population, while Liverpool has 4.2% of Asian or Asian British people, which is the second largest ethnic group in the city after white people. If you would like us to produce a video specifically analysing the population structure of various cities, please feel free to leave a message for us. Understanding the population distribution can help you understand the local way of life, as well as affect the local culture, security, and facilities. Next, consider the issue of employment. As employment is an important issue for immigrants in the UK, London does indeed have the most job opportunities and high salary, but the cost of living is also high. When choosing to live in a second or third tier city, you need to bear the risk of lower income. I believe that many property investors are mostly concerned about the development and infrastructure of a city when considering buying a property in that city. This is because adequate infrastructure and facilities, as well as being an area promoted by the government for development, mean that more large companies are willing to move to the city to live. At the same time, it also means that more elite are willing to live in the area, thus driving economic and property price development. For example, the London area has well-developed infrastructure, sufficient job opportunities, and entertainment facilities, so property prices are higher. However, many other cities are currently developing and can provide more job opportunities. If a family is immigrating, they should pay attention to the school catchment area. Although every area has well-known schools, education in the UK is generally of good quality. However, if you have a preferred school in mind, you can consider living in a location closer to the school for the convenience of your children's education. Transportation is also an important consideration for immigrants buying property. It is necessary to consider whether there are direct transportation options to your workplace or how long the commute will take. At the same time, the impact of weather conditions must also be considered. In the UK, land transportation can easily be disrupted during snowy weather, so the convenience of transportation needs to be carefully considered. Next, immigrants and students studying in the UK should pay attention to the various English accents and dialects. There are over 20 different English accents in the UK, and each region has its unique accent and dialect. For example, English in the southern region is easier to understand, while the northern region may have a heavier accent, making communication more difficult to understand. Therefore, accent and dialect are important factors to consider for communication in daily life or for children's education. The second most frequently asked question is about mortgages. You can apply for a mortgage for UK properties directly from a bank or through a mortgage broker. Let's first talk about banks. Local UK banks provide mortgage services to overseas buyers. For example, HSBC, Bank of China and BEA provide such services. They mainly accept properties located in cities in England and Scotland, whether for personal use or for renting out. The income requirement for applicants is £50,000 to £75,000. The former can approve up to 80% of the loan amount with a repayment period of up to 30 years, while the latter can approve up to 75% of the loan amount with a repayment period of up to 25 years. Bank will charge fees to applicants, such as application fees, which is around £300, arrangement fees starting from £600, and valuation fees of 0.1 to 0.15% of the property value. Some banks may also charge fees for telegraphic transfers and valuation. In Singapore, several banks and financial institutions support loans for UK properties, such as DBS Bank, OCBC Bank, and UOB Bank. However, the specific conditions and requirements for UK property loans may vary among these banks. The loan amount is determined based on the applicant's credit rating, income, and debt status, among other factors. The bank will assess your personal circumstances to decide the loan amount you can qualify for. We will create a dedicated video explaining how Singaporeans can apply for mortgages to buy UK properties, including all the qualifications, cost, interest rates required for mortgages. If you want to know more, remember to subscribe to our channel. In addition to applying for a mortgage directly from a bank, you can also use a UK mortgage broker to apply for a mortgage. A broker can help you apply to multiple UK banks at the same time, eliminating the chance of hitting a snag on your own. Through a broker, you may also have the opportunity to obtain more favorable interest rates than applying on your own. UK mortgage brokers generally charge applicants £1,500 to £2,000 in application fees. The fees are usually paid in 2 installments. The first installment is a consultation fee, where the broker conducts an initial assessment of whether you are eligible for a mortgage. The second installment is the mortgage application fee, which you pay after your loan conditions have been confirmed. It should be noted that even if you pay the consultation fee, there is still a chance that your mortgage application may not be accepted by UK banks, and the consultation fee is non-refundable. The third most common question is about the documents required for buying a property and applying for a mortgage in the UK. The documents that you will encounter throughout the buying process include unit reservation form, UK practicing lawyer appointment documents, property sales and purchase contract, mortgage application documents, property inspection documents, property handover documents. If you need to apply for a mortgage for a UK property, you will find that there are various mortgage products offered by the UK banks. However, the required documents are generally the same, such as details and information of the purchased property, buyer's identity proof, buyer's address proof, buyer's income proof for the past 6 to 12 months, and proof of savings. The fourth question is, what taxes, fees and miscellaneous expenses are involved when buying a property in the UK? Firstly, stamp duty. Stamp duty is the tax that you will have to pay the most when buying a property in the UK. The stamp duty ranges from 0 to 17% of the property value, depending on the property price and whether it is your first property purchase. The UK government announced a reduction in stamp duty in September last year, providing tax incentives and increasing the tax-free amount from £125,000 to £250,000. Therefore, we need to calculate your stamp duty based on your individual circumstances. The second tax is value-added tax, VAT. As the name suggests, VAT is a tax on the value added to goods or services, and the rate is usually 20%. For property purchases, you will need to pay VAT on legal fees, accounting fees, and other professional services during the buying process. So the third tax is council tax. Unlike the first two taxes that are levied by the UK government, council tax is collected by local governments. This fee includes street lighting, garbage collection, and road maintenance costs in the area where the property is located. Property owners need to pay this fee annually to the local government. In many cases, UK property owners can apply for exemptions, but they can only apply for a single property owned by an adult. Full-time students can also apply for full exemption with a certificate issued by their school. The fourth tax is income tax. Rental income generated from UK property rental needs to be subject to income tax. The fifth tax is capital gain tax. Capital gain tax is a tax you need to pay on the increase in property value when you sell the property. The tax-free threshold for capital gain tax is £12,300. For property price appreciation between £12,300 and £37,500, the tax rate is 18%. For property price appreciation above £37,500, the tax rate is 28%. This tax only needs to be paid once when selling the property, and it is not required for rental properties. The expenses incurred during the buying and selling process can be deducted from the relevant taxes. You can consult a tax advisor for specific details. Finally, inheritance tax is levied on all assets, including cash, real estate, funds and stocks, among others. For properties, the UK Customs and Excise Department will impose a 40% tax on the portion of the property value exceeding £325,000. For example, if the property value is £400,000, deducting the tax-free threshold of £325,000, the remaining £75,000 will be subject to inheritance tax at a rate of 40%. If you choose to distribute the portion of the inheritance exceeding £325,000 to your spouse or charity organizations, you can exempt from paying inheritance tax. The fifth question is about the process of buying a property and its management methods. The first steps in buying a property is to search for suitable properties. With a vast land area and a large population, the UK offers a plethora of options, both new and resale properties. Taking the time to search for the right properties is necessary. We have already introduced the detailed process buying a property in the UK in our video, Lazy Guide to Buying a Property in the UK. If interested, please refer to that video. Speaking of new properties, in overseas regions like Singapore, they are usually purchased through UK developers or real estate agents. However, it is worth noting that most properties on display are pre-sale properties, which means that they are not be available for immediate occupancy after the completion of the purchase transaction. Unlike Singapore, the UK does not set a definite completion date for new properties, but only an expected completion date based on the current season. Of course, new properties in the UK also include existing properties that guarantee immediate occupancy after purchase, but they are usually in high demand and come with higher prices. On the other hand, resale properties in the UK are similar to those in Singapore, available through agents or directly from property owners on websites that offer a variety of property types, sizes, prices, and locations, covering both popular and unpopular areas. Below are some of the most popular property websites in the UK. In terms of property listings, Rightmove and Zoopla are considered to have a very comprehensive selection. They even have mobile applications that allow people to search for UK properties anytime and anywhere, making it easier for buyers to select their dream homes. For overseas buyers, there are two main ways to manage the property. The first is to manage it themselves, handling getting all affairs on their own. The second is to use a property management company. We have provided more details on this topic in our lazy guide to buying a property in the UK video. For those of you planning to buy a property, I hope this video will help you understand the latest property buying process on policy in the UK in 2023. If you would like to find out more information, you can check the links in the description or comment section for further details and inquiries. I'll make more videos using my years of experience in buying and selling UK properties to help you and me buy the right UK property together. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support me. This way, I will have greater motivation to continue making similar videos and let YouTube recommend this video to more friends. See you next week.